It's hard to make fun of pedophilia, but here goes.
Autumn is in the air, and this guy is bringing pizza to the door. Jeff Sokol is no pizza delivery man.
If I'm a judge, they don't even need to set up this whole heist thing. If I take one look at this picture, this guy is going away forever.
Cops say he's here to meet a 13-year-old girl.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Sokol drove all the way from Boston to our sting house in Fairfield, Connecticut. What he doesn't know is that we've placed more than a dozen hidden cameras,
one for each year this girl's been alive,
all over the property. His date with a 13-year-old is going to be on national TV. On Sokol's LinkedIn page, he calls himself Master of Puppets, possibly a reference to a famous heavy metal song.
First off, if you're old enough to have a LinkedIn page, you are too old to talk to a 13-year-old girl.
He says he graduated from the University of Massachusetts Amherst with a degree in management. He worked in the insurance industry as an auditor.
This is what I don't get. These guys, this guy has a degree, a job. Why can't you just find someone your own age, Jeff? Come on, you can do better than this.
But he says he now drives for Lyft, the ride-sharing service.
Okay, now the going for 13-year-old sort of thing is starting to make a lot of sense. First off, CEO move. If I'm running Uber, my first big campaign is going to be, hey, we're Uber. We don't hire pedophiles, unlike those sick fucks over at Lyft. How do we avoid hiring pedophiles, you ask? Easy. We don't hire white people, because obviously, judging by this show, every white person is a kid toucher. Uber, because Lyft is a bunch of creeps.
We're working with the cooperation of the Fairfield Police and the online watchdog group Tetrad Core. Tetrad posts pictures of actual 13-year-olds on social media. We're hiding their identities. It's not long before Sokol contacts our decoy, we'll call her Bailey, and the chat gets a little raunchy. Are you a virgin?
Whoa, Jeff, not are you only trying to steal this girl's virginity, you're also stealing my Tinder openers.
LOL, yeah, that is personal. No, I was with my boyfriend once.
So, you do go all the way?
I really want to be intimate with you. Do you have pretty feet? LOL, yeah, I don't have homeless feet.
I know a lot of you are going to be judging this man for talking to a 13-year-old, but here's what you're missing, is that this girl has the sense of humor of a 15-year-old. I mean, come on, homeless people feet? That's a grade 10 joke right there.
He then turns the conversation very personal, asking questions no adult should ever ask a 13-year-old. Do you trim your blank? LOL, yeah.
Dude, I didn't even know chicks had bushes to trim at 13. Health class obviously failed me. I thought that was like a 16-year-old and up activity, like driving. And also, why would you ask that? If she says no, are you going to be like, well, fuck this, not getting hair in my teeth. Hit the road, Bailey.
Do you think blank size matters? Nope, X was decent. I'm not that big, but I know how to satisfy a girl.
So far, this guy's opening lines have been, I'm in defeat and I have a small dick. So I'm going to say this for the last time. Jeff, stop stealing my moves.
Sokol seems to be worried that Bailey might be an undercover cop, so he asks for a custom pic to prove she's real. Take a selfie holding up 4 fingers below your face, then I would know it's really you. My fear is that it's not you, that it's someone in law enforcement looking to nail someone.
Ugh, this is so fucking creepy. But there's something to learn here, boys. In case you're worried about being catfished, here's a way to avoid it. Pull a Jeffrey Sokol here and say, hey, send me a pic with today's newspaper and you on a scale. Make sure you get your weight in full view. Then I would know it's really you. My fear is that it's not you, that it's some fat chick trying to get a free meal.
Bailey sends the pic, and Sokol sends a creepy reply. I like it. Your hands are cute.
Feet, hands? What extremities aren't you into, sir?
Sokol knows the girl is 13, and he says he knows what he's doing is illegal. As a 44-year-old guy, I shouldn't be talking to 13-year-old girls like this. You know, I could be put in jail if the police found out we were intimate. The only way police would know if we ever got intimate is if someone saw us together or you told the police. Not by me. Blank that.
Whoa, language, young lady. You're only 13. You're too young to be using such salty language. Let's try to keep this statutory rape conversation PG here.
Well, tonight, intimacy is not on the menu. In fact, dinner is delayed. Sokol is late because he says his pipes sprung a leak.
Dude, if you're old enough to have pipes, you're too old to be talking to a 13-year-old.
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
He thinks he's calling Bailey to tell her he's late, but he's actually speaking to Lori from Tetrad in our virtual control room.
Did your plumber get there yet?
Is not. It's late.
Whoa, again with the F-bombs. Clearly, this is where Bailey is learning it from. I try not to speak ill of people, but you, Mr. Pedophile Lyft driver, are a real jerk.
Finally, his plumbing repaired, Sokol heads down I-95 for Connecticut. He picks up a pizza and asks Bailey about what to wash it down with. You got booze? My mom has some vodka, but no rum. Sokol arrives at the house. Our on-site decoy, a 19-year-old theater student, lets him in the door.
Sorry about that. Come on in.
How are you?
Good, how are you? Did you find the house okay?
No, because it's really dark out.
Yeah, it tends to get dark when it's past her bedtime.
That's a long drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 2-hour drive from Boston, which is like half your lifetime.
Alright.
Sorry, I'm really nervous.
Oh, you gonna give me a hug?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'll settle into it.
And right there is where you can tell what a piece of shit this guy is. In his head, you can tell he's just thinking, what the fuck? I can't get a hug? I'm trying to fuck, not play Go Fish here. I drove all the way from Boston. If I was running this show, I would make these fucking pieces of garbage just drive so damn far. Being like, oh, you're in Boston? I'm in San Antonio. Why don't you drive on down here?
Okay. So, what kind of food you got? Just... There's plates right behind
So like the small pizza is like almost as big as the big one. So I didn't know that. Because like you said small, I thought it would be like a really small one.
Yeah.
Great conversation there, Jeff.
Yeah, they had the small pizza, but then I was like, oh, the large pizza is larger, and then the small is smaller, which is probably why they call it the small pizza, but, and then I got the large.
Like, the actress who's playing this child is literally about to break character looking at him like, you fucking moron. I can see why no woman will bang you. What the fuck was that? Dude, I get it. Like, this guy is hitting on a 13-year-old, but he's literally talking like he's a 2-year-old child. Just watch this again, okay? I mean, at first, I thought this 13-year-old girl was going to be the victim of the crime. But now I'm seeing that this retarded man is clearly being taken advantage of.
No, not really. I mean,
Are you telling me the truth?
I've met girls online, but I don't like come like this far to like meet someone. I don't know why
It's kind of crazy, huh?
It is crazy. Yeah, why did you let me come? If you're so nervous.
We fucking when we leave the club or not. I ain't spending cash for nothing. I wanna see you take it off.
It seems like a good idea, and you seem nice.
All right, I'm going to fast forward this a bit because there's a lot of creepy stuff that's not funny, and what we want to get to is the creepy stuff that is funny. All right? So,
Been talking to you for a while, and you seem like really cool.
okay, first off, no 13-year-old is cool to hang out with. Okay? Not one, especially a 13-year-old girl. If you ever have a friend who says, hey, I met this really cool chick, she's 13, immediately call the cops and lock him away forever and keep him away from your children and don't let him babysit your cousins anymore. Like, dude, Malala, remember that chick who got shot in the head years ago and she lived and now she's fighting for women's rights and shit like that? I have mixed feelings about her. I happen to find she seems kind of smug. Like, what 13-year-old... It's not like she's going to be Elon Musk and be interesting. All right, creepy, creepy, creepy. Fast forward, fast forward, fast forward.
Let's meet and we can like talk about it.
Okay, the real criminal here is the guy who mic'd this place because that bag is annoying as fuck.
Let's meet and we can like talk about it.
Jeff Sokol thinks he's going to scarf down some pepperoni pizza with a 13-year-old girl he just met online. But tonight, he apparently has a different kind of topping in mind.
I mean, you look great.
Thanks.
You just look different.
Yeah, you look different as in you look 14, and I sure as fuck didn't drive all the way from Boston for a 14-year-old. Anyways, let's just get Chris in here.
What's that?
I have no idea. Do you want to check?
Somebody here.
No.
What kind of pizza we have tonight? Who's this? I'll get to that in a minute. Who are you?
Who are you?
I imagine getting caught for pedophilia is kind of like getting caught by your parents when you're playing video games when you're not supposed to, when you're up at like 2 in the morning and it's a school night. Then again, I'm just guessing. But that face is a face I've made, is all I'm saying.
You tell me first. You're Jeff, right?
Yeah.
And what are you doing here tonight, Jeff?
Hanging out.
Hanging out with whom?
See, Jeff, these are the types of people you should be hanging out with. People who know the difference between the usage of who and whom.
With whom?
With her.
Who's her?
I want to know who you are.
I want to know a little bit more about you first.
Can I eat first?
Sure, go ahead.
He's so relaxed and convinced of his innocence, he eats a slice of pizza.
Something about getting caught for pedophilia really works up an appetite. I honestly, in a way, kind of respect the fact that this guy can keep this straight face under this kind of pressure. I can't even imagine being this confident. I hope to one day grow up to have the confidence of this Lyft driving pedophile here.
Tell me who you are, because, you know, I didn't know there would be other people here.
Well, what did you expect to happen here tonight, Jeff?
Didn't have any expectation.
No expectations whatsoever.
No.
So you drove 2.5 hours?
Sure did.
Oh my God. Oh, sure did. You're goddamn right. I drove 2.5 hours just to hang out with this really cool 13-year-old I just met. I swear to God, Jeff, in some fucked up universe, you are a hero to many.
From Boston.
Who are you?
To come here.
Are you her dad?
To meet a young girl.
Are you her dad?
I will get to that in a minute. Go ahead, have a bite.
Sokol probably should have brought napkins.
I'm sure Domino's is really happy about this product placement. These pizza commercials are really getting out of hand. Domino's, for when you're hungry for more than just young girls.
I haven't done anything wrong.
All right, now I want to fast forward through a bit of this because this video is getting way too long, and I want to talk a bit about the unsung hero of this whole thing, which is this guy.
People can get married by just signing a contract, signing, marriage documents.
But you're talking with a 12-year-old girl.
Notice how saying the girl's 12 instead of 13 really pisses Jeff off here.
Right? And it's kind of...
Yeah, okay.
I think you could 14, probably even
14,
understand.
But yeah, she said she was 14. But okay.
Hey man, she's 14. I'm not some pervert going after children. I'm looking for a grown-ass woman of grade 9.
14?
I know, it's young.
We're talking like 12 years old.
I mean, here you go again with this 12-year-old business. I said she's 14.
That's like 6th, 7th grade. You know what I mean? That's a young human being.
You keep saying 12.
Well, you want me to use your term and say 14?
I mean, I know that's both young, but it's a little bit, different.
How would it make it okay if you're going to do things with her and she's 13?
Okay, good. 13. They met in the middle.
You're 44. I mean, seriously, that's a major league problem.
According to the law, it is.
Yeah, that silly old thing called the law. Anyways, I'm done. Like, comment, subscribe, and if there's one thing my father taught me that I can share with you all, it's don't be a pedophile.
Peace.